hustle on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. Sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustle on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
Check. What's up? We back in the lit house. On Meat TV, hustlers on a mission every day. Dividendsofprayer.com. Whatever you do, make sure you do it capital and create a positive impact today and later. This is another real nigga reaction. Remember, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Whole ass niggas gonna talk about it. And fuck niggas gonna hate. Regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the motherfucking fullest, nigga. That's on everything. It wasn't working, so let's go ahead and unplug this and move this to the side. Because damn, I thought it was gonna work and it ain't been working for the kid. I don't know why. Fuck, I don't know why. But whatever. That shit good though, but it's still tripping a little bit. Look like it's lagging still a little bit. Let's do this one more time, man. All right, check. We back. We're gonna do 2 more things, so we good. Welcome back to the lit house. We got that situated. See how smooth that look? It ain't the smoothest, but smooth enough. So let's get to it.
I'm a hustle on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. Sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustle on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
Let's get right. Welcome back to the lit house. Welcome motherfucking back to the lit house. For sure. All right, let's jump back into it, man. Should I get into my therapy session? Probably not, because I'm finna eat this sandwich. So what I will do is plug this back up. turn this off. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta turn this off.
But just see.
Most ED treatments do one thing, if anything at all. Finally, I found one that does 5. I switched to Rougiette Ready because I was done planning my sex life around a pill schedule. 5 benefits, 1 sublingual dose. Harder erections. Works in 15 minutes on average, lasts up to 36 hours, works for multiple.
The most interesting thing about this Tupac murder trial is Diddy, which is odd to say because Keefe D is the one that's on trial. But just seeing like how the police is asking about Diddy, they're working day and night to implement Diddy within this case, bringing Diddy name up at every chance. It's very odd because Diddy is not on trial, but Diddy name has damn near came up more than Suge Knight's name have came up. And Suge Knight was actually present when the shots rang off. Now, the reason why that's interesting, and you know that you need to pay attention to that, and that there's an angle coming down the pipeline, the feds are involved, is because when Gene Deal, Diddy's bodyguard, did an interview with Laura Coates with CNN, Gene Deal stated that the real answers behind Tupac's murder is being held in sealed documents that only the feds got.
Are you ever going to learn the full truth here, given that people would rather not speak about this?
Well, I believe that the full truth holds with FBI investigators. The full truth holds with documents and certain things that has been sealed, and that the full truth holds with people who was actually there.
This is a state case. Why would the feds or the FBI have sealed documents in regards to this case that they are not releasing? What information do the feds got about this case that the state police don't have? What are they concealing? What are they holding back? What are they using the information they're holding back for? And I think Diddy is the answer. See, Gene Deal will go on Art of the Dialogue. Shout out to Art. And Gene Deal will break down how desperately, all right, the prosecution have been trying to get him to come to court to testify, not to testify about whether or not he knows if Keefe D did it or not, but to testify about the connection between Diddy and Keefe D.
Durk said that somebody had ran up on the car that wasn't supposed to be up on the car. That's why they would want me to come testify. Because they want to put an association with Keefe D and Diddy. And what they wanted Diddy at that time for is to, if Diddy be the scapegoat, you understand? Diddy would be the scapegoat, or why there was such thing called the East Coast, West Coast War. Because if he had Tupac killed, if he put up the money for Tupac to be killed, then it's easier for them to say that gangbangers, and it's easier for them to say that somebody associated with Death Row killed Biggie. You understand what I'm saying? So now we got to keep this going. So we got to use Keefe D and his association with Diddy, Papa Diddy Pop.
Diddy's actual involvement in this, like Keefe D and Tupac murder, it actually extends far beyond the night that Tupac was actually killed. If you guys remember, Tupac attacked Orlando Anderson at the MGM or in a hotel because Orlando Anderson robbed one of the homies that Pac was with a few days prior. And you know why Orlando Anderson and the rest of them robbed Tupac's homies for his death row chain? You know why? Because apparently Diddy put a bounty out on a death row chain that if you snatch a death row chain, you get like $5,000. So Diddy was actually the reason why Tupac even had the fight with Orlando Anderson, which led to Orlando Anderson and Keefe D.
I did not know that. Hold on. Did I hear about that? I don't think I remember that part. Hey, I think that is a gem. And somebody that was heavily invested in this shit that happened with Pop. I don't think I ever heard that part about Diddy having a bounty on the chain. I thought that chain shit started I thought the chain like taking niggas chains and shit. I thought that shit started slightly before Jeezy and the Gucci shit. But I did not know that. Damn. Is that somebody fact check that shit? Somebody fact check that. We gotta fact check that shit. That got to be fact checked.
Going back and murdering Tupac. Now, if you're Gene Deal, you don't believe, right, that Keefe D or Orlando Anderson acted alone. You don't believe it at all. You actually believe that this is a much bigger conspiracy, and we'll get into that shortly. But they're asking Gene Deal to come and testify to build a Diddy connection because they're looking to get Diddy, which is why the feds would even be involved. Now, obviously, we know the FBI initially got involved because I guess the LAPD or rumors were going around the LAPD or, the Las Vegas PD may have been involved. So the FBI stepped in to conduct an independent investigation. But they wouldn't have any proprietary information that they are currently keeping a secret and sealed that the state prosecutors wouldn't be able.
And the feds doing all this to get Diddy. If y'all don't get them motherfuckers on that Epstein list or in them files, boy, I know. You know what? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, bitch. Because I heard about some shit that's gonna happen. I ain't worried about it. I heard about the motherfuckers on that list. Y'all ain't gotta get worried. Y'all ain't gotta get arrested and prosecuted by the government, United States Defense of Justice. Justice will be served.
Able to use. If they're keeping something sealed, that means they're keeping it to use it for future proceedings.
Brother Love, Puff, whatever his name is. We got to keep their association going along with each other. So that's why he was saying that they wanted Diddy. Because Ms. Wallace had that $400 million lawsuit against the LAPD. So they wanted to implicate Diddy in that whole stuff with Keefe D so they can get out of that whole situation of that lawsuit. They want me to show that Keefe D and Diddy had a relationship. They want me to establish what I know about Keefe D and Puff coercing with each other when they're around each other, gambling, laughing, drinking, popping bottles, the whole 9 yards. That's what they wanted me to do.
I got one
they
challenge.
wanted you to do it.
Try
That's what
Whisper Flow once.
That's what
one
they
time,
want you to
and
do.
I promise you'll understand why I haven't typed a full sentence in 6 months. Next time you open ChatGPT.
Is this a previous?
You can't present two motives at this trial. You can't say, yo, Keefe D and Orlando and the homies they were with, they went and murdered Tupac because Tupac and his crew jumped Orlando. If that's the motive, that's the motive. This was heated in the moment. They went looking for Pac because Pac jumped Orlando. You don't say, well, yeah, that's the motive, but here's another motive as well. They went and murdered Pac because Diddy paid. Yeah, well, okay. Well, if they murdered Pac because of Diddy, then they were already planning to murder Tupac regardless of the fight. So the fight wouldn't be the motive, right? It's the Diddy payment. So what's the motive? Did they murder Pac because of Diddy paying them, or did they murder Pac because Pac and them jumped Orlando? Which one is it? Which one is it? Which would also explain as well, because when Keefe D, when they pulled up on Suge and Pac, Keefe D says that one homie had the gun on him, but the homie who had the gun was scared to shoot. So they passed the gun to Orlando. Well, if Orlando was the one that got jumped, then wouldn't the plan would have been from the very beginning that Orlando would have been the one who shot at Pac and Suge? Right? Like it wouldn't, right? Like wouldn't that have been the original plan here? Orlando would shoot
himself.
Since Orlando the one who got jumped?
The nigga would have wanted to shoot that bitch himself.
It being
I ain't gonna lie, the time the motherfucking 70 niggas chased me down the street, I wish I had a strap. I wish I had the strap. I fantasize about that moment almost every other day of my life. The way I would have Max Payne, niggas don't know about the game Max Payne. The way I would have Max Payne, fuck niggas. The way I would have motherfucking did that shit. Even if it was self-defense, they would have still had to give me life.
Dispute on who shoots will only matter if Diddy
at 12
was paying. If they were doing his hit because of Diddy, and who shot the gun was supposed to get paid, right? Like that's the only dispute. Because
I'm supposed to have about 3-4 bodies at 12 and been out free and been a real rapper out these bitch. The fuck niggas that tried to chase me, but you know what? Half the niggas that I'm cool with right now, that's like my niggas. We wouldn't be cool and them niggas would hate me for eternity. Them niggas would be my ops forever. because they on the side, they from the side where I would have wiped that 3-4 of them niggas. Niggas would have been mad at me. But shit, if that shit would have went that way, who would say I would have even motherfucking known them niggas? I would have probably known them and come across them and been beefing. Like I said, nigga would have been smoke. It would have been smoke. What if I even would have killed one of the niggas that's my partner? I don't even remember that shit.
Somebody jumps you and we riding to go find them because they jumped you, then you're gonna pull the trigger and there's no dispute about it. Like, bro, I'm not handing the gun to somebody else. And when that person says, nah, bro, I'm not doing it, and then I pass the gun to you, man, cut it out, bro.
You already got it.
Now, at trial, they brought up Diddy extensively, right? You know, we've reviewed this in the past, but at trial, they brought up Diddy extensively. Keefe D even like went to New York with a wire on to get a Zip, right, which was one of Diddy's homies, to admit that Diddy gave him $1 million to give to Keefe D for the Tupac hit.
Mr. Davis had a narcotics friend in New York by the name of Equan Williams, Zip. He said he could, this is a lot deeper than that. Sean Puffy Combs was supposed to have given money to Zip Martin to give to Mr. Davis for payment of the Tupac murder. Fast forward, we go to Mr. Davis. He says he can rekindle that relationship with Mr. Zip Martin and get him to talk about the money that was given from Sean Puffy Combs to Mr. Martin that never got to Mr. Davis.
And did you guys or Mr. Davis come up with a plan to get leverage on Mr. Williams, Zip? What was the idea?
Me, Detective Hding, ATF Jim Black, and Keefe D, Mr. Davis, flew to New York so Mr. Davis can work undercover to try to rekindle that friendship and business relationship with Zip.
And when Mr. Davis goes in to, do you remember the name of the club?
It's called the Zip Code in Harlem.
Does he in fact meet with Zip?
Zip, he did, but from what we gathered from Mr. Davis told us, he passed him off to his nephew, meaning Zip passed him off to his nephew to do business with him.
Like a TV show called The Zip Code.
Zip
Bitch,
had,
that sound like a hard ass series, don't it? That shit sound like a phenomenal series.
So it didn't work.
What?
So he was unable to reestablish a business relationship and do a drug deal with Zip so that you would have leverage to then talk to Zip about what he, Mr. Davis.
They were trying to run the same play on Zip that they were trying to run on Keefe D. Well, they ran on Keefe D successfully. Zip was a big-time drug dealer.
Yeah, crazy.
If Keefe D wore that wire and got Zip to admit or to engage in a transaction with Keefe D, now Zip have some real serious charges on his jacket, and now they can step in and say, hey, bro, give us Diddy. That was the master plan. Zip was just a mastermind, bro. Zip already finessed Keefe D for $1 million. So Keefe D showing up, pretending like he not mad and he just trying to work and do more deals. Man, Zip, man, get out of my face, bro. Bro, is you dumb? Man, talk to my nephew, man. I finessed you for $1 million. I took the $1 million that belonged to you. You show up not upset and not mad. You friendly as can be, asking for us to start working again. Man, all right, man. Bro, I'm shocked they thought that's going to work on a grimy dude like Zip. Right? But that's what they wanted to entrap Zip so Zip can give up Diddy. For them to have this much of a hard-on for Diddy, I'm telling you, bro, they on this man's bumper. Yo, I was already kind of like surprised and shook the feds gave Diddy a RICO case. Like, you guys forget, like the case that Diddy just had was a RICO, a racketeering. They said Diddy was the leader of a criminal enterprise. But the criminal enterprise they named Diddy was like the only member because nobody else got charged. So that was kind of tricky. So Diddy has already been named as a leader of a criminal enterprise in a federal indictment already. So everything you see now or everything you're seeing is them trying to line up Diddy. Now, again, man, people have their suspicion of Gene Dale. I'm not going to speak on that. I don't know what Gene Deal is saying is true. I don't know if he's lying. I don't know. But if he's telling the truth, if the feds got sealed indictment with Diddy name on it, sealed paperwork with Diddy name on it, tie him to this Tupac case, and the information is so important that they're not risking releasing it even when Keefe D is on trial, oh, no, Diddy gonna be Harlem shaking in jail forever. Is you crazy?
Keeping track of stock levels and sales used to be my biggest nightmare with my e-commerce store. Now, Xero makes it easy to stay on top of everything. It keeps everything in one place so I can check sales, track expenses, and stay on top of cash flow no matter where I am. I never have to second guess if I have enough stock or if payments are coming in on time. Xero will change your business. Try it for yourself and see what I mean.
Yo, it's me, Ali G. I've been gone for 20 years, chilling. And in that time, the world went to crap. There was...
Think about it for a second, bro. They was trying to get Diddy life. Diddy embarrassed the feds. They're not letting him get away with that, bro. I don't think y'all understand how serious those RICO charges they put on Diddy was, bro. Cash Out the Rapper got 2 life sentences for something very similar they accused Diddy of. They listed Cassie and Jane Doe, 50 Cent Baby Mama, right? Daffy and Joy. They listed them two as workers, right? As sex workers that Diddy was pimping out. They deliberately listed them as workers to paint Diddy as a pimp and said Diddy was pimping them out.
But they was.
Then they put force and coercion on there to tack on the grape charges. If Diddy was to be found guilty, we're talking about 2 grape charges, 2 trafficking charges, pimping charges. Bro, Diddy would have been gone for life. The fact that he beat a guy an egg on their face and now they want that get back. Yo, they want Diddy to rot in jail, rot in prison. I'm telling you, bro, this is bad. Now, Gene Deal, he went on his live stream the other night. Now, he has a theory that LAPD and the feds are involved, that they're the ones who killed Biggie and Tupac. Now, like, I don't even know his exact theory because it's kind of murky. Some interviews, Keefe D may have been involved, may have not. Like, is he saying, yo, the feds did this completely and Keefe D ain't do nothing, he wasn't there? Who knows, right? But he believes the feds are heavily involved. And like they want Diddy to come in, Keefe D to come in because they're passing it on Diddy and Keefe D. Now, I don't know how I believe that theory, right? I do believe that Keefe D and his homies like shot and killed Tupac, right? Now, who they shot and killed Tupac for, whether it's Diddy or the feds or themselves, who knows? But I do think Keefe D is involved and should do life in prison. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Y'all think it's cooked for Diddy? Let me know, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video. Day 1 of this Lil Durk trial is forcing the streets to have a very uncomfortable conversation. I know a lot of people online right now calling Lil Durk and them a stone cold rat for what took place in court today. And I know other people like myself who believe Lil Durk ain't rat. That ain't what ratting is. If you believe that Lil Durk ratted in court today, I think you are a doofus. I think you're a dummy. And Durk the Voice, man, he's supposed to come to court and put it on all them peons, bro. But in effort of transparency, we're going to provide both sides. The Lil Durk ratted today side and the you guys are dumb if you think Lil Durk ratted side. Let's rewind real quick and go from the very beginning so you guys understand exactly what's going on and all the details, and then we'll get into what took place today.
And rapper Lil Durk has been arrested and charged with a murder for hire plot. The Chicago native, whose real name is Durk Banks, was arrested in Florida by the U.S. Marshals Service. The 32-year-old's arrest comes as 5 other people in Chicago were arrested in connection with the investigation. According to the complaint, Banks and his co-conspirators allegedly worked together to, quote, track, stalk, and attempt to murder a target at a Los Angeles gas station, firing at least 18 rounds into the person's vehicle, striking and killing a passenger in the car. Banks made his first court appearance this afternoon in Miami. Banks's lawyer asked for privacy after leaving court, telling ABC, quote, "We will not be commenting at this time." I want to bring in ABC News contributor and Sirius XM radio host Mike Muse and ABC News contributor and criminal defense attorney Shauna Lloyd for more on all of this. And Shauna, I want to start with you on this. The charges against these men include conspiracy to commit murder for hire and use of a machine gun in a violent crime resulting in a death. The most serious charge carries up to the death penalty if convicted.
Outside of Lil Durk, the most important person in this case is Kayvon Grant, a.k.a. O.T. Avani. because O.T. Avani was the person who purchased the flights, he purchased the guns, he got the stolen cars, he got everything you needed, including the ski mask, to do something like this in broad daylight in the middle of Los Angeles. He's the one who orchestrated everything, set everything up, paid for everything. Using Lil Durk's credit card. Quite honestly, I don't know what Lil Durk was thinking. I can look at O.T. Avani and tell you he ain't trustworthy. Look at him. I wouldn't trust O.T. Avani to watch the ice in the igloo. Fam, he just look untrustworthy and dishonest. Look at him, bro. He look a little slimy, man. Every co-defendant that got arrested with Lil Durk look dusty. Vonnie just the dustiest. Look, bro, Vonnie one of the dustiest human beings I'll ever lay eyes on, bro. If you don't got enough respect for yourself to moisturize, what makes me think you gonna have respect to keep me out of jail? You don't even love yourself. What makes me think you love me enough to where you will sit down for 30? Man, cut it out, bro. And predictably, because of course, the hungriest, brokest, most starving soldier is the first one to fold. See, O.T. Avani began to work against Lil Durk almost immediately. And it was very crucial and very disappointing from Lil Durk's defense perspective, because O.T. Avani was essentially the one in the middle of everything. He's the one who got the ski mask, the phones they was communicating on, the cars, the guns, the flights, everything. So it's bad news all around when that man has turned into an informant, when you learn that that man is coming to court to testify against you. Because that man who's in the middle of everything, he knows the entire operation. He knows everybody involved. He knows every minute details because, well, he planned it all. But here's the twist. O.T. Avani coming to court and testifying against Lil Durk, it's actually the best thing for Lil Durk. It's a blessing in disguise. It actually gives Lil Durk the get out of jail free card he always wanted. It gives Lil Durk the out that he couldn't have taken without O.T. Avani coming to court and testifying. This was such a blessing in disguise for Lil Durk, and you'll find out why towards the end of this video. So in the prosecution's opening statement, they essentially label Lil Durk as this bloodthirsty, revenge-ridden person who orchestrated the stalking and the murder of Quanah Ronald's associate. Now, they would describe O.T. Avani as Lil Durk's personal assistant. Lil Durk was a multi-millionaire. I don't believe that O.T. Avani was Lil Durk's personal assistant, but they would say that O.T. Avani, right, who already pled guilty, by the way, to this, he already confessed, was Lil Durk's personal assistant. He arranged the guns, he arranged the stolen cars, he arranged everything, right? He orchestrated all of Lil Durk's crime, according to them, which I think is a stretch. Now, they would claim, again, Lil Durk was consumed with getting revenge against Quanah Ronald for the murder of King Von. Now, Kayvon Grant, even though O.T. Avani to me is the biggest rat in the situation, but he is by no means the only rat in the situation. OTF Jam and others are testifying against Lil Durk too. Durk has a lot to overcome in this situation. Now, they made a mistake when they put the defense, they meant the prosecution, but you have people like, let's say, Keith Jones, who they're claiming is another witness who's involved, who's going to be testifying on behalf of the prosecution, not the defense, and David Lindsay as well. So Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and others like DeAndre Wilson, which is OTFDD, they were flown into San Diego on August 18, 2022, allegedly on the promise they will be paid for killing Quanah Ronald. Now, here's the thing, and here's the problem with that specific detail. They have not named what the price was. They haven't said what Lil Durk promised to pay him. Now, you got multiple witnesses involved in this situation, and nobody could give you guys a number. See, it started off as a murder for hire case, and then they transitioned it to, well, no, he offered them like musical opportunities with his label if they did this. But everybody involved were already associated with OTF. OTFDD was already associated or signed. Like everybody involved has some role in OTF. They had some role. So you can't say this is for musical opportunities when Lil Durk was already giving them musical opportunities. It doesn't make sense. But again, pay attention to how they still have not named what the reward was. They haven't named how much the payment was at all. And there's multiple people involved in this who's testifying, but nobody has a number. So how is it a murder for hire? So they continue and they says, the prosecution called it a case of both revenge and reward, describing the morning of August 18th as frantic in nature. The group traveled with only the shirts on their backs. On August 18th and 19th, 2 white sedans with tinted windows, 1 rented and 1 stolen, allegedly stalked Quando Rondo before he was targeted at a gas station on August 19th. The first vehicle you see is directly behind Quando Rondo's black truck. And then if you look up the screen, you see another white vehicle. So apparently both of those vehicles was trailing behind Quando Rondo, which, again, like, I don't know, like, again, I'm not a criminal, right? I don't have a criminal mind. So I can't tell you exactly why they used 2 cars to track him instead of 1. I can't tell you that. But yeah, those 2 cars were tracking him the entire time. When they ultimately stalked Quando Rondo and arrived at the gas station, 18 bullets were fired. 3 shooters were dressed in black and wearing ski masks. The prosecution alleged that Lil Durk was at his rental home waiting for updates by phone. GPS data from the rental car allegedly showed it traveled to Lil Durk's rental home multiple times over the 2 days. The prosecution also alleged that Lil Durk tried to flee the country and ran from the FBI. Now, here's the thing, and I don't understand why criminals use rental cars. Because if the rental company sees their car on the news, wouldn't they just say, oh yeah, no, that's our car, yeah. Yeah, no, we have all the information of who rented out our vehicle. Right? Like, from my perspective, like isn't a rental car the worst possible thing you could use in a murder case? Because the rental company have a record of who rented out the vehicle. But apparently, yeah, okay. So the prosecution claimed Lil Durk was at his Airbnb waiting on updates via phone. Now, I was also told that Lil Durk was doing a podcast earlier in the day as well. So he did a podcast, then he went home. But Lil Durk was nowhere in sight. He was nowhere around. OTF Vonnie is who orchestrated and masterminded the entire operation, even got fake license plates for the rental car and the stolen vehicles. So Vonnie was the mastermind. Now, Vonnie is testifying he did all of this because Lil Durk told him so. The defense for Lil Durk, now this is where I tell you guys that OTF Vonnie, Kayvon Grant cooperating and coming to trial and taking a stand is actually the best thing that could have happened for Lil Durk. Because the worst case scenario here is OTF Vonnie keeping it quiet, right? Keeping it stand up. And then OTF Vonnie and Lil Durk has to go to trial together as co-defendants. And now Lil Durk can't really give his defense. He can't really say anything. He just got to, fight this case with Vonnie and them. But because Vonnie came to court and testified against Lil Durk, now Lil Durk got to get out of jail free card. Now Lil Durk can do what he was supposed to do from the very beginning, which is, pin this entire case on the Dusties. Okay? Come to court and tell them white folks, nah, man, OTF Vonnie did this. I ain't do this. Nah, I'm a multi-millionaire. Nah, I'm a musical artist, man. I ain't no street dude, man. Nah, man. A bunch of street thugs, they did this. I don't know what's going on. That should have been his defense from the very beginning, but he couldn't give that defense at all the other court dates because he was not sure yet that OTF Vonnie was testifying. But now that he's sure, Lil Durk and them, in their opening statement, pinned the entire case on OTF Vonnie. Good news for Lil Durk. He got 1 black juror on the jury, if that means anything to you guys. Now, the opening statement for the defense will start off by claiming, Lil Durk was a leader of a successful label, not a criminal organization. So what are these people saying? They would also say that OTF Jam, who's supposed to be testifying, is not credible. He's desperate, right? Because he's a confessed killer. He's an admitted killer. He was interviewed over 30 times by law enforcement. He's been given information on any and everyone he could give information on because he don't want to rot in jail. So he's here testifying that he's not credible. He's willing to say whatever he got to say to get out of jail. They would also say this is a story of revenge, okay? The prosecution said today that Casey Hester, OTF Jam, Kayvon Grant, and Keith Jones Flocka would testify for the prosecution. Now, the defense will also confirm, listen, okay, we agree this is a tragedy, but Lil Durk was not there. Lil Durk was not connected to it. Lil Durk was actually home at the time that this was happening. Now, this is something that I didn't know. I didn't know Lil Durk actually lived in LA at the time, which would also matter, right, when we're figuring out how Lil Durk was able to get Quando Rondo's drop. Because to a lot of people, Lil Durk was in Atlanta or Lil Durk was in Chicago. Quando Rondo was visiting LA and they hopped on a plane to get there. But apparently, Lil Durk lived in LA. Lil Durk already had connections with the Rolling 60s. So when Quando Rondo get into town, he's tapping in with the Rolling 60s. not knowing the Rolling 60s is feeding his information to Lil Durk. Cold game, right? Which is why when that happened, Quando Rondo stopped rocking with the Rolling 60s in like LA. Big U and Quando Rondo had a back and forth on the internet where Big U told Quando Rondo, don't call me now when something happened because you wasn't tapping in.
Current owners and lessees of an eligible competitive luxury brand vehicle get this exceptional lease offer on this 2026 Cadillac Optiq.
Not everyone's life runs in straight lines. At Sophia, we get that. Our flexible, affordable, self-paced college-level courses help thousands of people just like you complete their degrees for only $99 a month.
Before Lil Pop was murdered, right? So we already know what that means, bro. Hey, bro, you wasn't paying that extortion fee. You came to court. No, you came to town. You got spanked, and now you calling. But you wasn't calling when we needed that extortion fee from you, bro. Cold world, bro. Cold world. Okay? So the defense says you would hear from Kevon Grant. He would testify he was Durk's personal assistant. He was a guy who did everything, right? He booked the rental car. He booked the fake license plates. He bought ski masks. And they also confirmed that Lil Durk was living in Encino with his wife, India. He was living in LA because he's a performer. There are allegations of murder for hire. And this is what I said earlier. There is no money to follow. There's no payment. There's no bounty. There is not a murder for hire when nobody got paid. Mr. Hester is eager to kill Quando Rondo. Mr. Hester is angry that Mr. Wilson, OTF Diddy, is not participating. Mr. Wilson did not admit to a crime. Craig Harbaugh said during his opening statements, he's the lawyer for OTF Diddy. Now, if you guys have already forgot, okay, who Hester is OTF Jam, okay? So apparently OTF Jam, who by the way was was the body man, okay? OTF Jam was the person like they brought for the bodies. I think he got over 20 bodies or so. Lil Durk is bragging about not paying OTF Jam for bodies over the jailhouse phone once they found out that OTF Jam was a rat. But apparently, OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie already had the drop on Quando Rondo and them like a day or two before Lil Durk and everybody got into town. And they were mad that nobody wanted to move fast enough. So the two people, right, who were eager, who devised up the plan to murder Quando Rondo and Lil Pop, now they the two who's telling on Lil Durk and others that they course into this, revenge plot. This is where Lil Durk's defense starts cooking. They strongly dispute the narrative that Lil Durk had the most to gain for this revenge. They strongly dispute the narrative that Lil Durk was the mastermind with the most motivation. They're saying, no, the mastermind who's in court testifying against Lil Durk, that's the person with the most motivation. And they ran through the motivation for OTF Vonnie and why he wanted to do this. So first off, OTF Vonnie and King Von were cousins according to Lil Durk's defense team. And they were extremely close. They detailed that OTF Vonnie managed King Von's finances, lived with King Von, and the two even shared a bank account. Now, the defense reiterated multiple times the two were close as could be and said that OTF Vonnie was there when King Von was shot in 2020. Now, here's the thing. Now, here is something that we didn't know. Now, we don't know where they got this from, probably from Durk. But the defense team stated that King Von's final words to OTF Vonnie was, "Why did you let me get shot?" That's so powerful, bro. And this is such a great defense. Imagine speaking to a jury of essentially 12 strangers. And the 12 strangers have to decide, hold on, y'all saying Lil Durk was the mastermind for this, but his blood cousin booked the flights. The blood cousin booked everything. The blood cousin got the fake license plates. The blood cousin got the guns. Oh, by the way, the blood cousin was the most motivated to get revenge for King Von, because King Von last words to him was, "Why did you let me get shot?" He was there when it happened, right? He was angered. He was angry. He wanted revenge. He was bloodthirsty. But he's testifying in court that Lil Durk was the one who coerced them into doing this when he had the most motivation to do it. Oh, this is so brilliant, okay? Now, they agree with the prosecution that this murder was driven by a need for revenge, but said that Kayvon Grant enacted that revenge, not Lil Durk. They stated the text and messages the prosecution would show as evidence was taken out of context. They highlighted that Lil Durk was not a leader. They further said people did not even listen to him. The defense stated that Lil Durk was a successful, well-known face, which is why the prosecution was looking to blame him. When Kayvon Grant was approached as a search warrant was being executed at his home, the defense stated a light bulb came on. They said OTF Vani told officials whose credit card was used. Alleging OTF Vani knowingly used the company card and turned it on Lil Durk when he was pressed. Now, first off, I don't believe that OTF Vani used Lil Durk's credit card, right, without anybody knowing, right? Clearly, OTF Vani used those credit cards, right, with Lil Durk's permission. But if you are Lil Durk's defense team, of course you come to court and say that. Now, these dudes is foul, bro. OTF Vani ain't even wait to be arrested. OTF Vani ain't even wait to be in the jail cell. He was already cooperating. As soon as they showed up and put him in cuffs, he was already testifying. What? Like, ain't that crazy? He was already cooperating. In the home, he was cooperating, bro. Huh? What? I didn't. No. Wait, hold on. Wait. Check the records. Who our credit card was used? You see? Lil Durk. Nah. This is cold. But people are claiming that Lil Durk is snitching or Lil Durk is a rat because Lil Durk's defense team, their entire argument is OTF Vani did this.
Defense doing what
OTF Vani is the mastermind. OTF Vani had the revenge on his mind. King Von told OTF Vani, those final words, and that made him bloodthirsty. I don't think that's snitching. Now, I don't know what the rules is to snitching. If somebody tell on you, can you tell on them? Some people say, no, you can't tell on somebody because they tell on you. I say you are a dummy if you don't tell on somebody if they tell on you. It's like the Troy Ave and Taxstone case. Bro, Taxstone was cooperating as soon as Taxstone got arrested. Troy Ave took the stand. Now they're saying Troy Ave a rat for telling somebody who told on him first. So when it comes to Lil Durk and OTF Vani, if Vani is taking a stand to bury Lil Durk ain't allowed to bury Vani first. Lil Durk and his defense team ain't allowed to put the case on OTF Vani when Vani is putting it on Lil Durk. What are the rules here? I want to know. I want to know what the rules here now is, man.
Ain't no rules about
because if somebody is coming to court on me, man, I don't give a damn about street rules, bro. I'm putting it on them. We just gonna snitch on each other, bro. It's really that simple. I don't think Lil Durk did anything wrong at all. Now, the argument for Lil Durk telling is, even though Lil Durk is not taking a stand, his defense still works for him. If the defense is putting the crime on other people, then that's Lil Durk putting the crime on other people. All that is out the window once that man come to court and testify. It's simple as that. Also, by the way, okay, if y'all want for Lil Durk to keep it real, keeping it real in this situation means the death penalty, by the way. Just in case y'all know, keeping it real in this situation means the death penalty. Because more than one person was the target. Y'all let me know in this comment section, man. What do you guys think about this, man? Y'all think Lil Durk keeping it real? I think Lil Durk, man, bro, I think Durk kept it as real as he can, man. OTF DD ain't say a word. Lil Durk ain't telling on DD. Let me know in the comment section, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out how Oskino just revealed some more dark things that Wallow is hiding from everyone. I'm going to see you guys in this Oskino and Wallow video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's that time of year again. They're going back. With school supplies as low as 25 cents. And laptops up to 40% off. Shop right from your teacher's list and enjoy 30-minute pickup. Staples, that was easy.
I'm John Morgan, and this is my family. More than 35 years ago, my wife Ultima and I started our firm with the simple goal to fight for families like yours.
What began as a small firm is now America's largest. But to us, it's always been more than just a business.
It's a family business. We understand what it means to face hard times and fight to overcome them. Every case we take on is personal because we know what's at stake for you.
When you're injured, we're here for you.
For the people, for the families.
And I'm about to leave. I'm about to go. I done gathered my things. It's time to go. I'm walking out. My trainer told me, "Hey, where you going?" I said, "I've been trained for the day." You saw it. You saw what happened. He told me, now, you came in here messing with that man. You got to do your regular 12 rounds of training. I said, that got to count for one. You saw it? So while I'm in the gym doing my regular training, Todd is sparring another dude, a big dude. And now I done got proud of myself because I'm on the speed bag and it's other people in the gym commenting. I didn't get none of what big dude is getting. Todd is knocking the meat off this big dude. And you hear other fighters in there talking about, "Damn, big man, put your hands up." I'm like, see. I didn't get none of that. Didn't nobody call out no shit on me. Because people know I'm nice, right? So I'm getting ready to leave. And Todd is on his cool down. He on his cool down. He in there jumping rope. And I'm walking out. I stopped right in front of Todd. I said, "Hey, I don't know if you know anything about me, but I don't let folks whoop me and don't come back. Just know, when I get here tomorrow, you better have all your shit on. Because it's going down, you understand me?" Todd. "I'll be here." I said, "Nigga, you heard what I said?" I said, "What time you gonna be here tomorrow?" Todd. "I'm gonna be here all day." I'm walking out with my trainer and I tapped my trainer. I said, "Hey, you notice he didn't give me no exact time." Yeah. That's Monday. Tuesday, 5:30 a.m., Main Street Boxing Gym. I show up, but I did not go upstairs. I stayed downstairs in the aerobic section. Let me go back up there. Shit. I had to finish my aerobics. I get to my phone. I got 3 missed calls and a text message, all from Todd. His message on somebody, "Where you at?" I text that man back. I said, "Man, I'm out of town." He gonna text me right back, talking about, "Why your truck outside?" I text some childish shit. I said, don't worry about it.
Touchdown! Flies in!
We are so excited.
Checkers and Rally's $4 unbeatable meal deal is back.
All that for $4?
Yep. Choose the new loaded tender wrap, classic burger, or spicy chicken. Your choice with fries, drink, and chicken bites. Just $4. This eats different.
I ain't finna beat me up again. Crazy as hell. Todd done had goddamn thousands of fights. Thousands of them. I done had 17 fights. And all of them when I was 14. All of them when I was 14. Now that's one Monday. This next Monday was a little different. I'm minding my business.
So for some reason, Lil Durk's entourage or his team or people associated with his team, the Muslims, were pressing and confronting Traplo Ross outside of Lil Durk's court date today. Now, we found this out that Traplo Ross was being pressed because of a live stream that took place on Twitter. Like, people were on a live stream talking about this, and they were even like talking about, yo, we got to go help Traplo Ross. That's how severe and serious they thought it was getting.
Hear me? Yeah, I can hear you, bro. What the going on? They didn't try to jump on Traplo?
Right. Yeah, Traplo didn't show up with his security guard really today and came outside, and it was damn near surrounded by a wheelchair and all type of trying to get him.
No. Not
Hell
in
yeah.
a wheelchair.
Bro, I kid you not. He was just getting pressed, and they kept calling him to his face and all type of stuff. It's getting crazy out here. I don't know what Traplo are doing. I ain't been seeing his clips like that, but
These got to be the dumbest set of criminals I've ever seen. Yo, mans is on trial for murder, and y'all trying to press a blogger from the UK outside of a federal courthouse. Bro, these folks is dumb. Now, here's the thing, and this dude is watching this live. So Traplo Ross got pressed twice, I believe, before trial and then after trial when everybody was there. But he's watching it live. He claimed a dude in a wheelchair is pressing Traplo Ross. Traplo Ross is surrounded by a bunch of Muslims. They're calling him the B word. First off, Muslims. I ain't know Muslims could use the B word, man. I thought that was haram, okay? All right, now, why are they pressing Traplo? Before we get back to this, why are they pressing Traplo Ross? Because Traplo Ross made a report yesterday that was truthful. Traplo Ross tweeted, Lil Durk defense team is putting all the crimes on OT Avani. They are blaming OT Avani for everything. And that was truthful. Now, people's interpretation of what Traplo Ross wrote was, oh, man, Lil Durk is snitching. But that's not Traplo Ross's fault that people interpreted that from what he wrote. He just wrote the truth. Yo, they pinning all the crimes on Vonnie. That's what it was. Now, because of that, Traplo Ross got a lot of backlash from even people that he has worked with in the past and that he likes, but he took to his YouTube live yesterday or to his videos yesterday to double down and stand by his reporting, right? He's not backing down. People interpreted that Lil Durk was snitching. Traplo Ross never said Lil Durk was snitching. But nonetheless, Lil Durk and them is pissed off that Traplo Ross even reported that Lil Durk defense team was pinning all the crimes on OT Avani.
Closest thing you can get to a transcript plus interesting observations that I made of other things that were going on in and around the courtroom. But like a lot of people are really salty. I never said that Durk was a snitch. All right. I just said like it's a bit weird to be pointing the finger and saying that somebody else did everything. And yes, they're trying to claim that Vonnie is cooperating with the feds, but like he did blame everything on Vonnie. He said Vonnie did everything. That's what's going on. But now there's a whole bunch of cap going around and people are trying to slander my name. And it breaks my heart to show you this. But this is the first person I'm going to react to because I thought I just became friends with this guy.
Today, we're making the GPT 5.6 series of models.
This tweet from Ross, I got to talk. So this headline and this tweet from Ross, I got to talk to Ross. This is not a story. Durk.
He's got to talk to me. Last time I spoke to you, he was asking me for a collab. He was talking about, let's do a video in front of the courthouse. Now you acting all salty because I got the scoop. But like, what did I say in the tweet that was wrong? Durk just blamed everything on Vonnie. What the F? He did. That's exactly what happened. Okay. I don't respect this, to be honest, Mo. You going down in my estimations, all right? I don't make me bring up when you said that there was no video evidence on Pooh Shiesty and all that again, okay?
Did not just blame everything on Vonnie. What the Vonnie got picked up by cops, admitted to everything, admitted to getting the cars, arranging the flights, admitted to getting the guns, buying the ski masks, admitted to getting Sprinter vans and taking everybody around. And then he said, I did all of it while facing life in prison. I did all of it because Durk Banks paid me to do it. And now Durk Banks is in court saying, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And to put out a headline that says, oh, Durk just blamed everything on Vonnie, what the no. Putting that out, what the so this headline and this
he did putting this out, what the fuck? Asking me to do a collab and then dropping this 30 minutes later is definitely what the right. So we good on that one, okay? But like that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Now I'm not responsible for what came next. I just reported the facts.
The pro Durk people though, but they're not buying that. So now Traveler Ross is correct in the sense of, bro, I didn't say Lil Durk snitched. Traveler Ross never said Lil Durk snitched. He never did. But the pro Durk people, and I hate the fact that we even have to do pro Durk and anti. This new interview is ruining Master P's life. Master P did a new interview to promote some new products he got. And because of what he said during this interview, it had the opposite effect. It's actually going to stop sales, not boost sales. He's currently public enemy #1 on Black Twitter, and it doesn't look like there's an end in there. People are really turned off by Master P. If going through being canceled isn't bad enough for Master P, the people who are defending Master P is making it worse for him. Like Master P is already suffering enough. He don't need Officer Tatum doing a 15 to 20 minute video defending him. That's actually making it worse than it's helping.
Somebody look like us say, hey, how come we don't own our own tennis shoe when Nike started out of their garage? Like Phil Knight started out of his garage. And I tell people all the time, look, it's not about a color. Like think about it. Even though when I help Black owned business, I'm doing that because we at the bottom of the totem pole. But we want to create product for everybody. This product is for everybody, Blacks, white, Asian, Latino, but they don't have too many Black-owned companies. Like, show me how many Black-owned tennis shoe companies out there that's making functional shoes that actually own it. It's not that many. It's a problem.
Yeah.
So when I find a problem, you know, my passion get like, I need to do this. I got to show the world. In the food industry, I realized that we didn't have enough healthy alternative foods for us. So I found a problem. I created Miller Family Food. I said, well, you know, I got to make healthy alternative food, snacks, everything.
Is that based out of New Orleans?
Yes.
Okay.
This is not exactly what Master P is being canceled for, even though this is still a tad bit problematic. Now, I'm not somebody who is going to shame anybody for creating a product and selling a product at whatever price they want to sell it for. My only problem with like entrepreneurs and capitalists, like let's say Master P or Jay-Z, is they are obsessed with making a for-profit idea for the community. Like they would have a product and this product is only benefiting them in their pockets, but they will find a way to make this about the community. It's for us. No, when the only people benefiting is them in their pockets. So like that's my issue with this. Like for example, when Master P dropped like a sugary cereal, like he's in his interview talking about how he wants healthy alternatives and it's for the community. But when he dropped the sugary cereal, people gave him backlash, and the first thing he said was, the white man's cereal got sugar, why can't mine? Right? So, like, he doesn't care about healthy alternatives. He cares about creating product that people like for his pockets, and that's completely fine. Just keep the community talk from out of it. That's just my perspective, though.
Yes, and so I was inspired by going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And, you know, in the Black Wall Street, 1920, what happened to our people, and it's like you had so many successful, rich Black people, and it was burned down. But I met this guy that owned a grocery store called Oasis.
Yeah, A.J. Johnson.
Yes. Yeah. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put my food in your grocery store, and I'm going to support you. We support all these other companies, but why not support Oasis and AJ?
He's doing good stuff in the community, and what you know about that store, as I've been down there, is that the predominantly of that area that's white is poor individuals who, you know, and so I love the work that he's doing. But when you think about, again, being yourself, what's been the biggest surprise of the stardom? I mean, you've been in this game for a very, very long time. What's been the biggest surprise about it all?
Our own culture don't believe that we could do it.
There's a laundry list of issues, like a very long list of issues that I have with the infrastructure and the system before I get to the culture, right? Like, I feel like there's like a longer list that we're just bypassing.
You know, because they just don't get it. They're like, how you could do this? I mean, like, if I could do it, anybody could do it. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You just got to have integrity and do good business.
If he would have stopped it here, then there's really no argument. But he just had to take it a step further. Now, technically, at this point, if you stop it at this point in the conversation, technically he's correct, right? If you are broke, poor, black, white, brown, it doesn't matter. If there's a will, there's a way. But here's the problem.
But there's a will, there's a way, you know what I'm saying? That's what grandma used to say all the time.
Okay. If there's a will, there's a way. But oftentimes, and this is where he's about to get to, and this is where he's about to really mess up, okay? You see, often we're asking a particular group of people to be extraordinary to achieve the same results that another group have to be average and ordinary to achieve. And when one group have to be extraordinary to achieve the same results that another group have to be average to obtain, what happens is much more of this group is achieving those results. And they're surpassing the threshold of poverty a lot quicker and a lot faster. And that wealth gap is expanding.
And these doors will open up for you, building great relationships. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, trying to get that negative mindset out of our culture, because they still going back to, oh man, slavery, they did us this. And I'm like, you still hoping on that, man. I never hoped on that, because I can't change the past, but I can change the future. And I think you got to get used to us being successful. And I think a lot of us, we block our own blessings because we don't think that we could do it because we're looking at a color.
Master P is 50 years old, so you...
Master P had a fucking granddaddy that left him $10,000 and shit that he ended up flipping and shit. Through the dope game. Who's to say that he did use that through the dope game? I think he used it on the business side. I don't know. I don't know shit. I just know allegedly. That's his story. He got 10 bands when his granddaddy died, and he flipped it and turned that shit. And he invested that shit into No Limit Records. And No Limit Records became the multi-million, and he put the work in with that shit off them 10 bands. So, hey, that's a hell of a flip. That's a hell of a goddamn, that's how you do that shit though. So he ain't wrong, but he ain't right either. Cause I don't know the context of the question or whatever, but I know that's a different question. He is going off a topic a little bit, talk about some other shit. I think he just involved with the other shit, the shit that's going online, the topics right now. But it's true shit that's going on, bitch, that's affecting our people, bitch. So anyway. Some niggas just talk too damn much. Put out a commercial and let that be that.
You would think he would know better.
You
Slavery was a
would've
long
put out
time
a
ago,
commercial
but the
and let that
effects
shit
of
be
slavery is still present today. Systems put in place during slavery to stop Black people from creating wealth. We're still being affected by it to this day. Systems put in place post-slavery to stop Black folks from creating wealth.
And he talk about the systems and all this shit. Why the fuck I ain't seen your shit in Family Dollar no damn well? What happened to the cereal that he had with Snoop Dogg? I was supposed to see that somewhere a long time ago. What happened to the other shit? Didn't the nigga have like some oatmeal or some goddamn syrup or some shit? What happened to that? What happened to all this shit? This nigga had a whole bunch of problems. This nigga had a whole grocery aisle full of shit. Uncle P's, this and some other shit. What happened to that shit? Why I ain't never seen that shit in a while? And I remember I used to work at Walmart around the time that nigga was supposed to be dropping some shit like that. I remember that shit like 10 goddamn years ago. 8 goddamn years ago. Bitch. What happened? Where that shit at? Why I ain't never seen that shit at a Dollar Tree? I mean, Dollar General or something. I ain't never seen that shit in the dollar store at a Family Dollar. I ain't never seen that shit at a Publix, Winn-Dixie, a Sam's Club. I ain't never seen that shit nowhere. I ain't never seen that shit nowhere. I all shop at Target, so I ain't never shopped at Target. We used to steal from that bitch when we were little. We stole from that bitch for 2 years straight till we got caught. We used to go in that bitch and just take whatever the fuck we wanted. I used to just be coming home with all type of Pokemon cards and shit. Man, I wish I would have kept them bitches. Now, I had some exclusive shit, the shit that these motherfuckers be paying now for them bitches. Oh my God, that shit is amazing. That shit ridiculous, dog. That shit ridiculous. I knew we was on the something. We was I been a goddamn cars I used to wipe their ass down for, and I ain't got none of them bitches no more. I don't know where them bitches at. I can't tell you where them bitches. I can't tell you where I left them bitches at. Bitch, somebody came up on them bitches. Somebody probably threw them away too. That was a long ass time ago. Hey, but man. What the fuck was I talking about? I don't know, man. Oh, I was talking about shopping at Target. We ain't never seen that nigga shit though. Oh shit, yeah, we ain't never seen a nigga shit nowhere down here. Oh shit. Alright. I got off track, but I picked it back up. I remember where I was at. Nigga ain't never seen none of that shit around here. No. I can't say I remember seeing a nigga cereal box ever. Or anything. I ain't seen that nigga shoes nowhere ever. Now when I remember when Master P had that song Dubs and he dropped them dubs, them rims, I remember seeing niggas with the stupid ass rims, man. I remember seeing them stupid ass rims. Niggas sold those stupid ass rims that he had. I remember seeing them everywhere. Them stupid ass rims. That nigga Master P was selling. Stupid ass rims, man. I don't want to get stupid ass rims. But them shoes, I ain't never seen a bitch wearing them shoes. I ain't never seen them bitches in no Foot Locker. I ain't never seen them bitches in no Champs. Oh, no foot action. I ain't never seen no bitch nowhere. I ain't never seen Master P shoes. No, what the fuck do you find them bitches? You gotta go to online and buy them bitches. Like your bullshit. The nigga that got sued by Nike with the lightning bolts. That's why you don't see them bitches no more. He lost that damn lawsuit, didn't he? Nigga Jack Nike whole style. Thought he was finna get away with that shit. Nigga dropped Nike whole style and the motherfucking Tampa Bay Lightning. That shit crazy. Nigga ain't even from Tampa. I got some shit though. I got some shoes for your ass. I got some ideas.
And created an easier vehicle for white folks to create wealth is still present today. And what I often realize, and again, I can't be no hypocrite because there was a point in my life where I believed to grab yourself up by the bootstraps until I realized that there's Gorilla Glue at the bottom of them boots that's keeping it to the floor. And no matter how hard you pull, them boots ain't getting up from off that floor. But what I realized with people like Master P, who ran into wealth at a really early age, he never really had to undergo certain obstacles, like just basic level obstacles, such as applying for a job and needing a job to provide for yourself and your family. But them jobs is discriminated against you based off your name. You can't even get a call back from the job you want that you're overqualified for because of your name. Or you do an interview and there's people who are less qualified than you getting picked simply because, the person you're interviewing with, like they are prejudiced, and they're racist, right? They disguise themselves in society to where you would never know. You would never understand this, right? Master P never really had to go through that because he got into the drug game very early on, transitioned to music, and now he's rich. And people like Master P don't really believe us when we say, yo, wealth creation is hard out here because there are obstacles we have to overcome. People are taking to social media in droves to criticize Master P for that particular statement.
And Master P know better than that shit, man. Master P know what the fuck he be talking about. Master P know what the fuck obstacles nigga gotta go through out here. He fucking know. His brother is still serving life. His brother is probably never gonna get the fuck out. You feel me? And he escaped that shit. He thought it was a time he thought he was finna die. It was a time he went to kill a nigga and he say the gun jam. He would have been right in jail with his brother. That nigga know what the fuck obstacles niggas gotta go through. Bitch. Master P just came a long way and he might have forgot. He might need a reminder. He might do. But Master P damn well know better than that bullshit he be talking about. Or that he said on that motherfucking shit right there. Master P know better.
One person says, if you think like this, go ahead and follow me, unfollow me. You're basically saying F my lineage. I got my piece of capitalism, so I'm good. Somebody says, kind of impossible to ignore slavery while modern day slavery exists in American prisons. One person stated, the negative mindset is rappers encouraging criminality that ends in prison or death. One person says, what's funny is he doesn't even manufacture or distribute his own shoes. Must be his negative mindset. So many of these black celebrities present themselves as bosses and moguls, but behind the scenes, they can't do business without the support of white capital, okay? One person says, why do people always play this? They are harping on slavery-ish in an age where systematic forces have realigned to subvert institutional racial protections. Your own brother is in Angola, a prison still functioning as a slave plantation for a crime in which witnesses recanted.
I love the work that he's doing, but when you think about, again, being yourself, what's been the biggest surprise of the stardom? I mean, you've been in this game for a very, very long time. What's been the biggest surprise about it all?
Our own culture don't believe that we could do it, you know, because that they just don't get it. They like, how you could
free
do
my
this.
motherfucking dog,
I mean, like,
man. Yeah, man.
if I could do it, anybody can do it. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You just got to have integrity and do good business. And these doors will open up for you, building great relationships. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, trying to get that negative mindset out of our culture, because they still going back to, slavery, they did us this. And I'm like, you still hoping on that, man. I never hoped on that, because I can't change the past, but I can change the future. And I think you got...
I'm running out of time, but my God, how could anybody disagree with what Master P Miller's saying? How, bruh? And do you guys understand that after he made that interview, he got so much backlash, he had to come out and make a response video? How you Neanderthals can't put two and two after P. Miller, one of us. The brother came for nothing, selling dope, made himself out to be this, and y'all mad at him for saying 2 + 2 is 4. Roll the clip. This is his response real quick, and then we got to get the Ennis. Roll it.
What's up, y'all? For the ones in the back that came here, stop making them false narratives. I love my people. When you talk about slavery, our ancestors been through so much, and we're not going to forget it. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to tell y'all is, even though we're going to always be aware of it, but we have to do something to bridge the wealth gap. That's what I'm saying. We can't change the past, but we can change the future. And we're going to constantly fight and educate our people. But I want to let y'all know, Apple is making $32 million an hour. How do we get a piece of that? Because we need to be able to bridge the wealth gap. That's the only thing I'm saying. And that's the only way it's going to happen, is to educate our people, to educate our culture. And that's what I'm doing.
P. Miller, I'm going to say this real quick, and we got to get the...
Not gonna lie, that nigga just said some shit. $32 million an hour? Nigga, I just did the math on that bitch for a week. A 40-hour week, nigga. Not even, just... $128. How much he said? 32? I'm fucked up.
Be able to bridge the wealth gap. That's the only thing I'm saying. And that's the only way to get a piece of that. Because we getting $32 million an hour.
$32 million an hour. $32 million an hour, dog. How do we get a piece of that? That's the real. Hold on, $32 million an hour. Hey, alright. $32 million an hour? Bro. Hold on. You know how many? I don't think niggas understand, bro. I don't think niggas understand how many billions that is in a month. I don't think niggas understand, man. I don't think niggas understand, man. Niggas can't understand. Niggas can't understand, bro. 32 million an hour. Are we talking a full 24-hour span? Like, or are we talking like... Hold on, man. We gotta answer y'all this shit. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. What the fuck is my phone, man? That bitch had to restart and everything. I'm here. You gotta talk to me. One of y'all. Talk to me. Is Apple making $32 million an hour? Is Apple making $32 million an hour?
Per hour over Tim Cook's 15-year tenure as CEO. In terms of actual business performance, revenue, approximately $43 million per hour, roughly $385 billion annually. Net profit, approximately $11 million per hour, roughly $100 billion annually.
Damn. 43 million. What? So they're making 43 million an hour?
In sales revenue, yes. That is roughly how much total money comes in every hour based on their approximately $416 billion in annual sales. However, that isn't pure profit. After paying manufacturing, labor, and operational costs, their actual net income, what they keep, is about $12.7 million per hour.
Listen, that is still, man, 12, that's roughly 13. Let's just say 12. 12 million an hour, bitch. Okay, that's how much Apple is making. If that's how much Apple is making an hour, how much is Amazon making an hour?
Amazon generates much more revenue than Apple, but keeps less of it. Revenue, tilde asterisk A1.8 million asterisk per hour, 716.9 billion annually. Net profit, tilde asterisk 8.8 million asterisk per hour, 77.6 billion
annually. 8.8. That's wild. That's wild.
How do we only Miller? He literally should sell out his tennis shoe in the next week. But people mad at the brother, and he trying to put us up on game, but y'all rather be mad at him and don't even support him, but you're going to go buy Jordans at night. Well, Michael Jordan is a black man. You can go buy some Jordans, I guess, even though I think he has a piece of it. I don't know if he owned all of Nike and Jordan. But regardless of that, you know, I got some glasses called Cameos. is a basketball player. I think Strawberry, or I forget his name. He owned that company. I bought them because I wanted to support him. And they the best glasses I've ever had in my life. You could turn it up and down right here. I saw Shaq supporting him. Anyway,
I reject the notion that Master P and Tatum is trying to pass off that black folks don't know that we can accomplish anything we want to accomplish. That's again, that's just dumb. All right. Of course we know it. All right. There are black billionaires in every field you could think of. Every field. All right. Commerce, fashion. Okay. Everything. Every transportation, every tech, everything. Right. There are black billionaires in every. We know we can do it. That's not the conversation. The conversation here is we don't want to have to try harder than other groups. That's the conversation. Why do black folks have to try harder to achieve similar results as other groups? Why do we have to try harder to get promotions at our jobs? Why do we have to try harder to get mortgages companies to approve us? Why do we have to try harder to build wealth?
It still get passed.
Y'all got denim? Hold on the website, y'all? Ain't no way you guys are a print-on-demand company. Come on now, be special logo. Insane. What? Hey, stop playing, man. I'm sure I'm not over-exaggerating.
Because there were systems put in place to keep black folks away from wealth creation vehicles. And that's the issue. The issue isn't that of course we know. How can we not know? We've been doing it every day. We've accomplished a lot of great things every day. So of course we know that we can be billionaires. Of course we know we could infiltrate and take over the system. We're talking about why do we have to try harder? And the longer you avoid that conversation, the more of a disservice you do to your own people. Right? Like Master P and Tatum is saying, oh man, listen, man, these folks, man, they just don't know. What? Excuse me? Now Tatum is flexing like he supported a black-owned business. Whoop-de-doo, okay? Like I would hope Tatum, I would hope Tatum, all right? I would just hope, right, that you aren't carrying this hatred for black folks in your real life. I would hope that this is just a grift for you on YouTube and you're not discriminating against black-owned businesses. But under no circumstances, do you purchasing something for $5 at a black-owned business, that doesn't make up for the destruction that you do on a daily basis. It just doesn't. Now, Master P has not responded back yet. I don't know if he would, to be honest. But the noise is getting really, really, really loud, bro. I think that clip that we just played got about 2 million views on Twitter on one video. There's multiple clips reposting it. And people are very upset, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys believe that Master P meant it in the way that we're taking it? Is Master P wrong? Is he correct? Let me know, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here.
All I'm going to say is he ain't wrong, but he ain't right either. Take that how you want it. Fuck. That's fucked up. See? And that's why niggas don't be wanting to fuck with them hoes. I was just saying, damn, man. That's what's up. He rocking with that little bit. But see how these hoes get on here and run their mouth? His white bitches, they need to do that. Not that quick. Not that quick. Hell no, man. Just don't be doing no shit like that.
At least 250 a week. That's how shit going right now. At least 250 a week, at least. Fuck is they talking about? I ain't gonna lie. I miss my little brother, man. Hding, where you at, bitch?
This is the smoothest defensive trick in boxing.
Try YouTube Premium. What's Premium working with? No ad stopping me from getting.
Alright, man, I'm wrapping this shit up. I just wanted to be a little productive right now, and I did that. Mission fucking accomplished. Hustlers on a mission every day. On Mink TV. This is the lit house. Keep the light within you shining bright, you feel me? Fuck that shade. Get paid. That's every day. This has been, and has been, another real nigga reaction. Remember, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it. Fuck niggas gonna hate. Regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the motherfucking fullest, nigga. I don't give a fuck what they think, and you shouldn't either. Till next time, bitch.
Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners home, they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the head.